Hi all. Now we will see a sum on estimation of working capital. A pro forma of cost sheet of a company provides the following information. Element of cost rupees per unit. Raw material 80, direct labor 30, overhead 60, total cost 170, profit 30, selling price 200. Further, the following information is available. Raw materials are in stock on an average for 1 month in stock. Work in progress on an average for half month will be in stock. Finished goods are in stock on an average for 1 month. Credit allowed by supplier is 1 month. Credit allowed to customers is 2 months. Lag in payment of wages 1.5 week. Lag in payment of overhead expenses 1 month. Half of output is sold against cash. Cash in hand and cash in hand and bank is expected to be rupees 25,000. You are required to prepare a statement showing working capital to finance a level of 1,04,000 units of production. You may assume that production is carried out on evenly throughout the year. A period of 4 weeks is equivalent to a month. Therefore, there will be 52 weeks in a year. We'll see the solution now. We need to prepare a statement showing working capital requirement, and for which we need to maintain 3 columns. First column will be particulars. Second column, amount in rupees. This is going to be the inner column, and amount in rupees, outer column. And as we all know, working capital is the difference between current assets and current liabilities, and you have to estimate the value of each current asset component and current liabilities component so that you can find out the working capital requirement. So the components of current assets. So the components of current assets include stock in the form of raw material, work in progress, and finished goods. Then debtors and cash and bank in hand. Current liabilities components include creditors and any outstanding expenses. So value of each component of these current assets and current liabilities will be calculated by using a formula budgeted estimation. Budgeted figure will be total number of units produced or sold into cost per unit into average holding period divided by 52 weeks or 12 months or 365 days, depending upon the information given in this sum. Now we will see the preparation of a statement showing working capital requirement for which we have to maintain 3 columns: particulars, amount in rupees, and amount in rupees, inner column and outer column. So we have to write the estimation of current assets first of all. So these current assets include stock. First point, stock. Again, this stock is available in 3 ways. One is raw material, then work in progress, then finished goods. We will estimate the value of raw material first. So it is going to be total number of units produced into cost per unit into average holding period divided by time taken for producing those products. So in case of value of raw material, the production has been given 1,04,000 units. So it is estimated to produce 1,04,000 units. So total number of units to be produced are 1,04,000 units into cost per unit is given rupees 80 into 80 into average holding period is given 1 month. So 1 month means, as the data is given even in terms of weeks also, so it is better to consider the time period in terms of weeks. So 1 month will be equivalent to 4 weeks. So into 4 divided by total 52 weeks in a year. So this will become 6,40,000. Then in case of work in progress, as work in progress represents semi-finished products, so we use raw materials, direct labor and overheads here. So you have to consider value of 3 components here. So the first one is value of work in progress. Total number of units to be produced are 1,04,000 units into raw material cost per unit is 80 rupees into average time gap for work in progress is, see here it is given work in progress and an average for 1.5 month will be in stock. So average lag will be half month, not 1.5 month, half month. So half month means 2 weeks into 2 divided by 52. Then we have to write for the labor. So labor will be number of units produced, that is 1,04,000 into labor cost is given rupees 30. So rupees 30 and work in progress delay is 2 weeks divided by 52. Then we have to write for the overheads. Number of units produced are 1,04,000 into overhead cost is rupees 60. So cost per unit is 60. and work in progress stock will be held for a period of 2 weeks. So into 2 divided by 52. So work in progress include raw material, labor, direct labor and overheads. These values will be 3,20,000, 60,000 and 1,20,000. Sum of these we will get 5 lakhs. Now we have to find out the value of finished goods. So finished goods means total cost we should consider here. Number of units to be produced are 1,04,000 into, we should consider total cost here, inclusion of all elements of cost, raw material, direct labor and overheads. So this will become 170 into finished goods delay will be 1 month. 1 month means 4 weeks divided by 52 and this will become 13,60,000. So this is the estimated values of stock of raw material, work in progress and finished goods. Now the second component of working capital will be debtors, estimation of debtors. So debtors will be created on credit sales, we will see now. And here it is given 1/4 of output is sold against cash. So which means that remaining 3/4 will be the credit sales. So number of units to be produced are 1,04,000 into 170, cost per unit only we should take, not the selling price, into then average period of credit allowed we will see. Credit allowed to customers is 2 months. Credit allowed to customers is 2 months. So 2 months means 2 into 4 weeks in a month, it will become 8 divided by 52 whole into 3/4 because only credit sales you should consider, not full amount. So this will become 20,000, 20 lakhs 40,000. Another component of current assets is given, that is cash in hand and bank. So here it is given cash in hand and bank is expected to be rupees 25,000. So that amount you can take directly. So these are all the estimations of current assets which will be coming to 45,000, 45 lakhs 65,000. So total of current assets. Now we will see the estimation of current liabilities. These current liabilities include, first of all, creditors. And creditors are created when you make any purchases on credit basis. So if we consider we bought raw material on credit basis, then the value of raw material will be the base for the calculation of creditors. So number of units to be produced are 1,04,000 into cost of raw material is rupees 80 into, here it is given credit allowed by the supplier is 1 month. So which will become 4 weeks divided by 52 and this will become 6,40,000. Now so here it is given lag in the payment of wages 1.5 week. lag in the payment of wages 1.5 week. So there is an outstanding expenses of wages which will be considered as current liability. So number of units to be produced are 1,04,000 into labor cost is rupees 30 into lag in the payment of wages is 1.5 week. So this can be written as 1.5 weeks divided by total time period of production, that is 52. So we will get 4,80,000. Then again it is given lag in the payment of overhead expenses 1 month. So there will be outstanding overhead expenses. Number of units produced are 1,04,000 into the cost of overhead are 60 into, as the lag in payment of overhead expenses is given 1 month, so we have to write 1 month equivalent to 4 weeks, therefore into 4 divided by total time period required for the production, that is 52 weeks. So we will get 90,000. So this is going to be the total of all current assets: 6,60,000, 4,80,000 and 90,000. We will get 12,10,000 of current liabilities. As we all know, working capital is the difference between current assets and current liabilities. So the requirements of current assets minus the requirement of current liabilities have to be done to calculate the working capital requirements. So the value of the estimation of current assets here we got 45,65,000. So 45,65,000 all current assets estimate all current assets requirement. And this has to be considered first, and then we should consider current liabilities requirement. So we got 12,10,000, and the difference between these two is going to be working capital requirement. So this will become 33,55,000. Thank you.